You're listening to Give Daddy the Knife Cindy on Liverpool Hope Radio, and I'm talking to the leader of the Skabilly Rebels and the gunslinger of the specials, Roddy Radiation.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Not too bad at all, thank you.
Good. Well, my sort of first question to start off quite early. I know John Entwistle started playing the French horn because it was the only free instrument left in school. But how did you start on the trombone?
My father played in a soul bluebeat band in the 60s. He got my brother Chris and I on trumpet and trombone. So I played in brass bands and I switched to guitar when I was 13.
Was he a hard taskmaster?
He was actually, yeah. He used to have my brother and me sort of, we come in from school, he'd take his shoe off and tap us on the head, the beats in the bar. So my timing has been pretty good since then.
Yeah, yeah. So how come you swapped to guitar then?
Well, you can't sing and play trombone, you know. And I'd got into sort of rock music about that time, you know, the Stones, the Kinks, and all the late '60s stuff.
At that time, you talk about like rock and roll bands. Did that influence you on sort of your choice of guitars? I can see that you play a lot of Gretches.
Well, Gibsons, you know, and Gretches, and I've tried Fenders as well. You know, I've tried them all basically.
Which one do you prefer?
It depends on the song, you know. Like with the specials now, if you're recording stuff, like you can swap and change more than live, you know.
I saw that gold top Les Paul with the mini humbuckers.
Yeah, that's a fairly recent one. When Amy Winehouse covered "Hey Rich Girl," the special song I wrote, I got an advance from my publisher, and I went out and bought the Gibson Les Paul gold top.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah, stays in tune well as well, which is always a good thing.
Yeah. So when you were starting off, then what guitars did you have?
When I first played with the specials, I had a black Les Paul, which I played in working men's clubs for about 3 years to get the money together to be able to afford it. Before that, I had an Antoria Japanese copy of a gold top.
What amps did you use?
I've been using Voxes for years and years, really. I've tried most of amps, you know, but I like the sound of Vox gets. It's more a warmer sound, you know. I sometimes use Marshalls live because I tend to kick it out more.
I've got a Vox AC15 at home. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I've got the practice amp, Valvetronic.
Oh yeah.
So I've got one of them as well, yeah.
I've heard that when you were starting out, just before you became the Specials, you went on tour with The Clash.
Yeah, that was great, that was, yeah. That was our sort of baptism of fire, as they say. We'd all been used to playing sort of back rooms of pubs, where all of a sudden we were sort of playing top ranks around the country to hundreds of punk rockers spitting at us.
I heard that Mick Jagger wanted to sign you to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, he came along to see us in the very early Specials days, and we played the Greyhound in Hammersmith, and came backstage. I don't think Jerry was over keen on the idea, because he wanted the two-tone label as well, and only Chrysalis Records at the time would allow us to have like our own label and pick our own bands and stuff.
How did you end up working with Elvis Costello on the album?
Well, he came to a lot of the early gigs, you know. I think he was a bit of a fan, I guess. So we loved his first album, and we thought he understood what we were doing better than any hotshot producer would.
So did he sort of just leave you to it, or was he quite forceful?
He got involved, you know. He was banging a tin tray on nightclub and geeing us all up. And he took us for a curry one night, and nice guy. I saw him again recently when we played Japan the other year. He was supporting us, actually. That was quite funny.